What's up, YouTube fam? It's Dark Angel's Journey, and hey, it's 2025. Happy New Year to you all. I hope you're all having an awesome, wonderful year. Start to your year if you're a trading year. Um, so I've been on vacation for the last like 3 weeks until this past Monday, and I attempted a couple of trades on Thursday and Friday, and then none on Monday, then yesterday. Tuesday and then yesterday. So far, losing streak. So that's okay. I have re-upped my mentals. Part of my issue is the fact that I have not been following my normal process. And when I do, I don't let the trade run. So that's a lot of the same kind of things from last year. And part of the reason why I'm making this particular video is one, I'm going to be making a few new rules that I'm going to be following for the year. Something that I'm going to every day prior to starting to trade, I will absolutely, um, utilize these no these rules specifically. All right, so I have three windows. So I'm going to be using this main one that I can see straightforward, and then I'll be typing over here, so you might see me look up this way. All right, so let's get tiny. All right, so as you know, I have a trading journal that I put all of my trade ideas in, and you know, basically journaling all of my trades. So I've closed up my 2024 and opened up my 2025, and so far it's all been pretty not positive. So the new rules that I'll be utilizing first and foremost. So let's get cracking on that. Let's do, let's see, I want a set of bullets. So I'm just going to use a simple bullet. So first things first, right? For each trade setup, so these are normal. So basic rules, 2 trades a day, max. One, do not trade on days when the daily candle is a doji. Just log out. It's not worth it. Usually those days tend to be really choppy and they tend to occur after like big, down close candles. So like we saw on Tuesday that big drop. So then yesterday was a shit show. And I saw it. And I didn't listen to myself. So just had to deal with the consequences. All right. So 2 trades a day max. And can't see the cursor. All right, so that's one of the big ones. So then another rule is set it and forget it. All right. And what does that mean for me? It basically means that once I've seen my setup and I've set my order, just set it and then take my hands off the thing and walk away. And, sometimes it might behoove me to um what's the word I'm looking for? It might behoove me to move my stop into profit if I think it might run a bit longer, move it down to like lock in, certain amounts and things like that. But once I've initially gotten into the trade, and sometimes on high resistance days, you kind of need to walk away. That's another thing. So, next rule is to wait for so an A plus setup. So basically, if you are unsure, don't take it. There's always another trade, you know? And those are going to be like the basic things that I want to like focus on. because I sometimes get lost in the minutia of things, and I think that's what's happened to me. It's like the two trade rule, that's not new. That I've been doing that since all of last year. I did take four trades yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, the day before. It wasn't bad. My loss for the day was $59. There's nothing big. But yesterday I just wasn't thinking and I took two trades in the same location, which was insane. So I need to do some back testing and re-solidify what my method is. And some of that is will be helped by some of my really good trades in for example, December of last year. Let me see. So let me see here. Right. So looking for scenarios like this where I'm waiting for a specific behavior and I know it's going to go to a certain area. And so like I got this nice short and I got um oh, this is what I should have taken. So I'm looking for this and being a little bit more quick around actually being able to get it done. And then the other thing is um the long that I did take being patient and then getting my take propped up here. So a nice continuation trade after a sweep and first presented fair value gap and then they showed that they wanted to stay at the midpoint and then, got a trade right there. I put most likely at the body and then a continuation up to get about a $500 trade probably. So what I should have taken and what I did take as a continuation up. Nice move, big candle, no return to it. Another big candle, no return to it. So took the continuation. Um, similar situation here. Continuation trade. Trending markets are the best. Period. Like there's no. I'm not good at the consolidation trading, so like scalping, that's not going to be a thing for me. So it's basically what I'm looking for. I'm looking to do two things, like continuation trades once it's shown that it wants to continue in that direction, and then like the sweep trades where I can get something that has swept, left me something like a volume imbalance, something tiny by the order block, and then take it up. So what I won't be taking, you know, um, so so what I won't be taking is any just kind of random trades. So reviewing all of these good trades and like for example, basically working on a situation this year where I don't do these things where I do like 20, move my stop too soon, I get stopped out, and then my TP gets hit the way it's supposed to be. So, then, and that's a good one. So I would, where is I can't see the cursor. So new rule, do not move stop until until 50% until past 50% of TP. Straight up. Because sometimes they like to come back up and do all this other stuff and it's really kind of annoying. But like for example, if I'm looking for a $500 trade and it's at 400, I'm definitely moving my stop in to lock some of that in, maybe 100, 200 of that, and then, or just wherever it makes sense, So, as we go along, I think I'll end up looking at a lot more good a lot more good setups to play with. So now let's skip over to some back testing. So let's grab a different window. Let's grab my back testing window and let's take a look at what I normally do. And the only thing I really want, at least for the moment, is going to be the midnight opening price. And I want to check something out because I noticed something with this app. That's 11 o'clock. Why is it doing that? GMT. That. There it is. So I needed to fix that really quickly. Let's do save as. Just want to make sure I have the midnight opening price no matter what day I'm working with. All right. Let's do some back testing and let's clear everything out of here. All right, so from a daily perspective, we've just been kind of slow grinding up, just slow grinding up. And I don't want to make this video too long because I'm going to backtest on my own for the most part. But let's back up because I'm going to try and see if I can just trade the mornings only, you know? So that was Monday, Friday, Thursday, Tuesday. Yeah, so let's go back. I was on vacation, so I didn't touch any of this price action. So I don't know anything about what happened here. So I was gone as of the this Thursday. So let's start with this Monday right here. And let's just do a replay. Let's come back to that Monday. And that's Monday, December 3rd. So things that I would like to note on a regular basis here, just so I have them handy. I think that broke it. Right, I can't mess with that. Let me go back. I'll probably do one or two tests, and then I'll okay. So, and then I usually like to hit the 15-minute, and so let me get to about 9:30 and back up a couple bars here. Okay, so that's 9:15. Okay, so that's fine. So I usually come in, check to see where I'm at. So we're below midnight opening price. We've had this giant sweep up. So, you know, let's take a look at the landscape. So from a range perspective, I'm gonna try and keep it super duper simple too. So we're well into a premium. We had a nice reaction from this 15-minute here, and we left this juiciness right here. So when I try to keep it simple, I basically just note things like this volume imbalance right there. Volume imbalance, where are you at there? Okay, so that's a volume imbalance on the 15. I'm not gonna bother with that. So we've dug into that. Okay, and then now I'm thinking about the 15-minute highs. So then I would basically at this point just consider the closest ones. Like that one's obviously in play, but I would consider this one more for short term. And then that would be long term. And then me drop some. And then that for some just easy buy side liquidity. Right. And then at that point, other things that I would consider. We've got this fair value gap on the 15. So I want to see how they behave around it. So we got a BISI on the 15. And then drop down to the 5 just to see what's happening. Okay, it's not bad. And then another thing I've been considering is whether or not I want to take all my trades on like the 5 minutes, especially if there's like a order block close by for a continuation trade. So 929. Okay, so now let's do this because what day is this again? Monday the 23rd. So let's go back in the calendar so we know what was happening on the 23rd of December. Okay, so things came out at 8:30 and then again at 10. So I would have waited. Where's my... Okay, so I would have waited to see what would happen at 10 o'clock, personally. Okay, so 9:30 kicks off and we have an initial push up, immediate response back down. We're still above this fair value gap. Okay, and nice run up. And we've got, looks like they're going to take that. Ooh, they tapped right next to it. All right, there's took it and dropped. So something else I should always consider too is what have we been doing? You know, so midnight's up here. So when it happened, we had a little bit of a Judas swing down and then spring back up. Stayed above it, and then about 3 a.m. ran back up, swept that nicely, and then just kind of continued down. So right now, I just want to see what they're planning. The general gist of things is bullish for the most part. Because we did sweep this out, and then let's take a look. Because sometimes I wonder if I should try it for like 8:30 to see if what I can get. Because that's a nice sweep right here. And then they hung out and ran up. And they stayed above this guy, so let's see. Would have been a nice easy 105. But anyway, let's continue. So just be watching. They'll like all this grouping together of so something that I like to pay attention to is the first presented fair value gap. So I'm just going to add that just to see how they behave around it. So the first one after 9:30. So now let me... So now we're just going to continue on until 10 to see what we get. Because the 8:30 news, oh, it dropped it. Not super far, just enough to sweep things. So I'm gonna wait till 10 o'clock. So we're dropping. So far we're just kind of hanging out in the range. We haven't done anything exciting. Just in between here and here, we're just going up and down. Let me move that. Right. So I haven't... Now, sometimes I wonder if I should, since they're like orange folders and not like red folders, it doesn't matter, but I still wait. To see what they're doing. So, all right, we are at 10 o'clock. All right. So what have we done? we have dropped down, done a mini sweep here, and then we stayed above the midpoint of here and then ran back up. If I'm being completely honest, I would actually like something. Let's see if this would work. There's a fair value gap right there. And if it comes all the way back down, I'd like that trade, though I'm not super excited about the about not clearing this low. So my preference would be for them to not come back up here and then for them to clear this so I could get something like this instead to continue for a continuation up like that. So let's see. Okay, so still not perfect for me because it's not a proper sweep like this one. So, but look, see, that's the thing that gets me, right? Like I said that I wanted that trade, right? And look at that. I would have gotten like instant thing. I guess I should just trust it, right? Just put it where it needs to go and trust it. And then if I want to like have a bit of a net, the other thing that I needed to have done for this is crack that and then adjusted this because I'm finding the 70.5 is like a good spot for me anyway for an entry. So let me just do that. So, and then when that one's too far, close enough, they're gonna want to tap into that, and then I would have gotten the 105 like immediately. But still would hold out for, given the nature, like we swept that, came down, didn't sweep it, and ran back up. I don't know. Still not quite what I'd be looking for. Let's look at the 5-minute. They kind of shallowly sweep it. But the response from here again is still pretty good. So, not quite perfect, but we've just gotten right up. Oops. No, didn't mean that at all. All right, so I would have gotten instant response and been knocked out. All right, so I would like to see the sweep down here. Okay, and then from the sweep, get something that would, give me an opportunity to go long. So, looks like and what I'd like to see is what's happening here. So let's go back up to the 15 for a second, just so I can, so they took out all of that, because I said it was in play, but this would have been low-hanging fruit. And they dug into this fair value gap right here. That busy. Okay, let's go back up here. All right. So we got here, we took that out. I won't use the 30 seconds because I'm trying my best to recognize when I need to, because on Thinkorswim I can't use the 30 seconds, so maybe I can just try and do my testing in just the 1 minute. But I do like to see if there's like a gap that forms. So we've done a sweep. We've left a fair value gap here. I'm wondering, I don't like it. That's too tight. But let's let the 1 minute candles do its thing. Okay. Now, if it wanted to continue, then, this respect the halfway and drop would be a thing. So it's looking like it's doing that, yeah. But with the sweep, fair value gap, I don't know if there's like what's where I'm looking for. What time is it? 17. Let's see. Like this, and the reaction would make me want to go short here, and so far but if we jump over that, then I can consider the long. Nice. Okay. So what I'd like to do is something like that, if I can get it. So if we get a retracement back, then I'll let's do that right there. Yeah. Close enough. So general gist would be about there, and then my stop is 37 ticks. All right. And instantly stopped out. So flatten that. But I would have preferred to see it stay up here normally. But there's a lot going on. There's actually no. Oh, you know what? I get confused sometimes. Like this would be the order block right here. So maybe my buy was a bit early. So let's try that. I don't like that. Another rule, if my stop can't go down the bottom, don't take it. So let's see. Yeah. Yeah, let's flatten that. Okay. So let me update my rules. If stop does not cover the low, do not take the trade. Yep. That one's a good one. All right, so we did have all right, so I'm obviously getting pummeled here. So, and this is what I'm trying to get past, is this feeling right here. So maybe once it sweeps this, all right, so this is the volume imbalance from the 15 minutes. So we've, rebalanced the heck out of that. So let's get rid of that and focus on more relevant fair value gaps. So let's go with this one. And I don't necessarily like how they've sort of played around it a bit. I wonder if, because sometimes there's let's see. Let's see. Let's look at that, because sometimes reclaimed, an area. I like to also note areas where, let's extend this to the right. Okay. So like a reclaimed fair value gap, would be nice. And I'm wondering if I'm being silly and getting my horse handed to me for no good reason. Okay, so reclaimed fair value gap here, and we're respecting the halfway point of it. So I'm gonna buy that and see if we can continue go up. So from there, so I guess, can I get to the 30 seconds from here? I can. Okay. So I wouldn't have gotten that one anyway. but I might have changed to the midpoint given how often it got touched. And I might have felt safe after this sweep right here. Um, because it's very obvious at this point that they want to continue up. And yeah. So I think from here I would have gotten what I needed right there. So I'm just gonna flatten that. Um, but it's not perfect, right? It's not perfect. So given all of that and the movement from it, I might, after the sweep up, like just naturally tried for the body of that candle or something like that if it comes back down, just to see. But look at that. Yeah. Yeah, this is the kind of price action that, like, I didn't click the button because I want to see how they behave when I get to it. Um, so, but I need to, so my trade idea, my normal one should have been this, and then waited to see if they would tap it. And they did, like right there. And that would have been simple. Just wait for them to tap into it and then have a reaction. But these candles are so big. It's kind of crazy. All right, we're about 30 minutes in, so I'm gonna continue. Let me move this over. I'm gonna have to restart this laptop. I can't see my cursor. It's kind of crazy. All right, let's get to, oh, anyway, I'm gonna continue back testing. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and if you're working today, like me, if you're not, have a wonderful day. I hope your trading's starting off real well. If not, don't forget, every day is a new day, every day is a new opportunity, and there's nothing that we can't do. Mm. Much love. Shakira, out.